Daily fastcast that airs at 10:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. We begin with the Knox County Sheriff's Office Narcotics Unit sharing a photo after more than 44 pounds of what they say is cocaine was seized over the weekend in West Knoxville. KCSO says this happened during a traffic stop at the Scales on Interstate 40. A canine unit alerting officers of illegal narcotics in a tractor trailer. They tell us a man is in custody and is facing charges related to drug trafficking. That investigation is still ongoing. Well, right now, the Knoxville Police Department is looking for a person of interest following a deadly shooting. KPD says officers found Inmer Arita shot and killed outside of his home on December the 6th. Investigators believe he got into a fight with another man before the shooting happened. KPD is saying they're looking for Job Alvarado Linez. They say he drove away from the scene. He is not charged in connection to the shooting, but if you know anything about where he may be, get in touch with Crime Stoppers. We have that number for you on our website and inside the WVLT News App. Well, Knoxville police are also investigating after a woman was found dead outside of a vacant home. Officers saying they found the woman's body on East Magnolia Avenue just before 3 yesterday afternoon. Police do not know yet how she may have died. They're waiting on the medical examiner. Of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on this story as we learn more. Now, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation is looking into an officer-involved shooting that happened in Sweetwater. TBI is saying that the shooting happened just after 7:30 in the evening when officers were called to a shoplifting report at a business in the 900 block of South Main Street. TBI is saying that after a short foot chase, the suspect, 30-year-old Justin Robinson, took out a knife and a detective then shot him. Robinson was pronounced dead at the hospital. No officers were injured. We'll keep you updated as the TBI continues its investigation. Some Tennessee lawmakers are wanting to expand a program that will use taxpayer dollars to send kids to private school. But some groups and families in Tennessee are now suing the state over it. There is no timetable for when the courts will hear the lawsuit, but lawmakers are expected to talk about expanding vouchers during the upcoming legislative session. Others in this lawsuit say the state is defunding public education, and it's not the family's choice, it's the school's choice. Meanwhile, advocates say that when this has happened in other states, Supreme Courts have found this program is indeed constitutional. Well, there was a scene Sunday night at the Collective at Sutherland, an apartment complex in Knoxville. Flames, leaving at least 20 people without a home for the holidays. Now investigators are revealing the cause. Our Ann Rogers is speaking to the survivors about their stories and how the community is coming together to help those who've lost everything.
It was basically what we call a defensive operation.
What started as a grease fire took everything. Fire investigators say the tenant tried to take the pan outside, but oil spilled, igniting furniture, and then the wind picked up.
Our closest fire station's not but more than about 3.5 minutes away. So by the time the 911 call happened and we arrived on scene, it was well advanced.
The people in these 10 units lost almost everything. I spoke with one woman who had to jump from her 3rd-story window. In that process, she broke her back. Another, still looking for her pets. And another man who was about to leave, saw the fire and turned around to bang on all of the doors to get people out, alongside a tenant who is also a firefighter, just doing what they could. These are the stories of the folks in Building 9 at the Collective at Sutherland.
You know, we appreciate that kind of help. Obviously, there does come some point when it's not safe for you to be there, and when it's not safe, you should get out.
And that point came fast. The woman who had to jump says it felt like 5 minutes before everything was gone. Now people in the little community already stepping in.
They have a need right now. Their residents have a need, a serious need right now, so we just wanted to help and do what we could.
Donations coming in droves, clothing, food, blankets.
I actually was very happy when I walked in and saw just how many people had donated just different items, toiletry items, clothing, water, food. It's fantastic to know our community steps up like that.
And for these tenants, anything helps, even attention. Multiple taking to social media to call for help, looking for lost animals.
That's our Aaron Rogers reporting. The apartment complex is collecting donations like blankets, clothes, and food for people who've lost everything. We have all that information inside your WVLT News app. Well, Covenant Health is opening a new urgent care center in West Knoxville. It's just off Pellissippi Parkway across from the town center on South North Shore Drive. That's where a Target and Publix are located. Leaders telling us this is much needed in that area.
Certainly when there's an immediate need for care, we would, when the particular need of the patient is appropriate, We'd like to be able to take care of them at our urgent care locations where it's going to be a shorter wait time than, say, the emergency department. It's a side of service that's going to be more affordable care, and we're excited about the kinds of patient experiences that we can provide to patients in these more convenient and affordable locations.
New location is the 7th Urgent Care Clinic with 2 additional facilities planned for Hardin Valley and Cumberland Avenue.
And now, your first alert forecast with meteorologist Belle Oliver.
Well, it is a beautiful start to this Tuesday morning. Mostly clear skies all across Pigeon Forge there. Not a cloud in the sky today, and we expect that moving throughout the rest of your Tuesday. Still a little bit chilly out there. Temperatures are into the middle 30s heading outside right now, sitting right around 34 here in Knoxville, out towards Crossville and Jamestown at 37, 33 in Danbridge, and 37 down in Madisonville as well. Of course, we will see those temperatures gradually increase today, keeping a lot of that sunshine in the forecast. Lincoln temperatures sitting right around 47 degrees by 5 o'clock this afternoon and transitioning into those 30s as we look towards tonight. But things stay nice and clear. Again, it will be slowly starting to warm up over the next few days. We're starting to enter in some of those warming trends, and Thursday looking to be one of those warmer days. Temperatures back up into the upper 50s. We even could see some 60s by Thursday afternoon, especially if there's not a lot of clouds. 60 in Knoxville, 59 down in Athens, 56 in Oneida. So Thursday looking to be the warmest day of this week as we get more southwesterly winds pushing in. Also means Thursday could be a bit breezy as well. Wind gusts up to 20 miles per hour, especially later on throughout the day and into the afternoon. This is all thanks to another cold front on the way, which will push through Thursday into Friday and also give us a couple chances of rain, especially Wednesday into Thursday as well. We'll start off with some clouds by Wednesday afternoon. This is around lunchtime. We could see a very spotty shower here and there throughout your day on Wednesday into Wednesday night, but most of the bulk of the rain is going to hold off until Thursday, especially after lunch. We wake up dry Thursday morning with a few clouds increasing. We'll see a few scattered showers throughout Thursday afternoon, but again, most of the rain and a couple thunderstorms are possible Thursday, especially at nighttime. This is looking at 10 o'clock. You can see some scattered showers, maybe some rumbles of thunder out there, and of course those gusty winds as that front pushes through. As we look towards the overnight hours, we'll start to see a lot of that push on off, leaving us with some clouds. And then Friday, we wake up nice and dry, setting up for a nice sunny day on Friday. This is a new update from the Storm Prediction Center. We're now placed in a level 1 out of 5 marginal risk for Thursday. That includes mostly our western counties out towards the Cumberland Plateau. This is basically saying that there's a couple storms that could be a little bit on the stronger side, mainly looking at gusty winds for this severe threat on Thursday. Of course, we'll keep you updated online and in our WVLT First Alert Weather app. For now, though, enjoy the sunshine on this Tuesday. High temperatures reaching the low 50s for today into tomorrow, eventually into the upper 50s for Thursday. Still watching for a couple of those showers, maybe a few storms as well, before drying out heading into the weekend.
All righty, Belle. Thank you, ma'am. Well, more than 1 year later, more help is on the way for those of you impacted by Hurricane Helene. 2 new programs from the USDA will help fund repairs or replacements for homes damaged by the storm. Clinch Powell, RC&D, saying they're helping people in 14 East Tennessee counties apply, including Cott, Granger, Hamblin, and Jefferson counties. You do have to meet certain requirements, though, to be eligible for assistance. We have all those requirements for you inside your WVLT News app. Well, some good news today for folks living in downtown and South Knox. Gay Street Bridge now open for folks walking, running, and on bikes this morning after being closed for the last 18 months. The 127-year-old bridge closed back in June of 2024 after TDOT said an inspection revealed a compromised element in the bridge could not hold the weight of vehicles any longer. The city has invested more than $2.7 million in fixing it. Well, the FDA has sent warning letters to a number of different stores for not removing recalled baby formula from shelves. We told you about this when it first happened back in November. The FDA recalled ByHeart baby formula because of an outbreak of infant botulism. The agency saying it communicated with Target, Walmart, and Kroger repeatedly, but none of the companies have responded. 51 children from 19 states have either suspected or confirmed cases of infant botulism after exposure to the product. All 51 children have been hospitalized. No deaths have been reported. ByHeart saying it's investigating the cause of the contamination. Botulism exposure is rare but potentially deadly, leading to weakness, breathing problems, and even respiratory arrest. WVLT proud to be your official station of the Vols, and after a 9-day break, the Basket Vols are back in action tonight with a huge matchup against 11th ranked Louisville. The Vols are coming in at number 20 in the latest AP poll despite 3 straight losses to Kansas, Syracuse, and Illinois. The team getting some difficult news last week is Cade Phillips will be out for the season with a bum shoulder. That's now putting true freshman Dwayne Brown into the starting lineup, but Coach Rick Barnes says he's earned it.
He simply, with his consistency, he earned it, and we're going to base everything we do based on everyday practice habits and consistency, because that's what we haven't had. You know, everybody has shown glimpses of this or that. We want to see consistency, and those are the guys. But I look at our front line, to be honest with you, whether it's JP or Jalen or Feed, those guys are all starters to me. But the fact is, the guy that's going to start is going to be the most consistent guys.
Yeah, Tennessee now been ranked in the AP poll for 65 consecutive weeks. Tip-off is tonight at 7 inside the Food City Center. Former Tennessee football coach Jeremy Pruitt could return to the field. He earned a win after a judge granted him an injunction. The Alabama judge saying the NCAA cannot enforce the show cause order that interfered with him getting a job in the future. The NCAA originally issued Pruitt a 6-year show cause penalty after an investigation into recruiting violations while at Tennessee. That essentially barred him from coaching during that time period since he was fired. The judge's ruling stemming from a $100 million lawsuit Pruitt launched against the NCAA.
We the People, celebrating 250 years of America. Sponsored by Garza Law Firm.
On December 16, 1773, early American colonists rebelled against a British monopoly on tea by throwing it into the Boston Harbor. For many Americans, the idea of a failing corporation receiving a bailout from a government that did not grant colonists any say in the matter represented yet another overstep by British Parliament. In response, a group of 150 men dressed up as Native Americans and threw the government-subsidized tea into the Boston Harbor. It was later dubbed the Boston Tea Party. The incident contributed to rising tensions that eventually led to the American Revolutionary War. Well, thanks for joining us today for Catch Up Quick. As always, you can stay up to date inside the WVLT News app, on your desktop at WVLT.tv, on all of our social media pages, and 24/7 streaming on WVLT+. We'll see you back here tomorrow.